everyone, Pandora with Integrative Gardening here, and I wanted to show you the repotting of one of my houseplants today. This is a fern, it's a staghorn fern, and it is Platycerium bifurcatum, and the variety is Netherlands. So I got this about 9 months ago, and it was in a 4-inch pot, and it was already getting a little bit too big for that pot. So I had potted it up into this kind of a cliff pot. It's shorter in the front, and it does have some aeration holes, but it is growing. Yeah, growing pretty fast. So I'm gonna put it in this bigger pot here. Now, what I've already done in here is kind of make a nest of these sticks and wood chips and a little bit of potting mix and some compost. And you'll notice this pot here does have some like holes in it. It's similar to like what you'd see as an orchid pot, but it's not quite that. I actually made this pot originally for sedums so they could sit in the little steps, but I thought, wow, this is going to make a pretty neat little pot for my fern. So yeah, let me just take a few more things out. So in the very bottom, I have the potting mix mixed with compost and mixed with these smaller wood chips. And then I've taken these sort of longer sticks like this, so I can use that to kind of wedge the fern and hold it up to where I want it to go. Here's another stick in that side. Now it's getting kind of jumbled around, but you can kind of still get an idea of what I'm doing. And then I have some of these larger wood chips that go in the top. So I didn't want this to get, you know, waterlogged, since it's an epiphyte that lives normally, you know, up in a tree. It doesn't actually need much soil, and some people don't even use any soil at all. They mount this on a piece of wood and put it up, you know, on the wall. So yeah, so here is the fern that I pulled out of this pot. And this pot did have also some of the wood chips around the side, but I was able to pull this out with the soil and root ball pretty much attached, so that I can just now make a nest for that right here. I'm going to take some of these out because it's all kind of fallen down now. So now I can just kind of wedge that in here. So there's the bottom of that. Just a little bit of soil, sticks and wood chips. Okay, now I've got that down to where I want that. So now I'm going to take these larger sticks here and use those to kind of wedge that in to where I want it. And I'm also kind of poking that somewhat through the root ball so I can get that kind of secured in there a little bit. Now I'm going to try to take some of these smaller wood chips and other matter. There might be some pine needles and other smaller sticks in here. I'm going to try to wedge that around the edges so that I'm filling that pot up. And on the top, I'm going to put quite a few of the wood chips. Maybe some interesting sticks. That'll help kind of hold the whole thing together. And it's also going to look kind of woodsy and neat, I think. Yeah, so that looks about right there. Let's take a look at that here. So there we have it. That's my little staghorn Fern in his brand new home. I think that looks pretty cute. So next I just take these to a sink, take it to my kitchen sink or, you know, potting bench sink, and then I give it a good water. And because this has a lot of wood chips, to get it started and get the soil kind of melding in that I've mixed in with these wood chips, which is what I did to begin with. I kind of mixed in a little soil with the wood chips, so that's why it's kind of gritty and dirty. It's not just the straight wood chips. Then I kind of water this like 5 or 6 times and just really let the water go down in so that we're settling everything in, cementing in the sticks and the potting soil and making sure it's all secure in there, and that gives it a really good start. Every now and then I do kind of spritz these leaves. They do kind of like a little bit moist environment. They will rot if you water too much down in the center or do too much misting. It will start to rot, and you want to let those roots be nice and aerated. So that's why I use the pot with all the aeration holes and all the chunky wood chips in there. So that should be quite happy like that. I hope you found something in this video that you can use and maybe inspire you to maybe get started with a staghorn fern. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.